Hello, hello. Guys, tap that screen. How about live goal? Erika ditched me for that, Eric, dude. Erika can do whatever she wants. Shut up, Emma. Oh, boy. Never going to live this beard trimming mistake down, ever. Man. No, I am not usually on. I'm not going to be on for too long, but I thought we'd get a little extra time in since I wasn't on Thursday. Sorry, I see you, Amanda, over on the tube. Sorry about that. Yeah, I know. Accident with the beard trimmer, okay? Yes, accident with the beard trimmer. Oh, boy. Holy cow. I'm never going to live it down, that's for sure. Everyone's a Captain Kirk. That's a great line. All right. Phone line is on and running. So if you voted for Donald Trump, you're over on the tube or on Twitch, you're welcome to call in because it is up and running. If you're over here on TikTok, you're welcome to get in the request box. Just looking to talk to Trump supporters at the moment. So if you voted for Donald Trump, if you still support Donald Trump, now's the time to hop in the box. Hey, Olive. Hey, friend. How are you? Nobody important, Covey. Nobody important. I did do a fan appreciation post though for them because sometimes you got to recognize your fans. So, Nolan, I miss it too. It'll be back in like a week or less. Like, trust me, it comes back pretty quickly. It's not. It's definitely not one of those things. You guys have no. You guys have no idea. Do you know? Yeah, Fetterman does suck. Agree, Kenneth. Um, can you help Brian Rundle set up the custom community gift? Um, I guess maybe. Olive, I had a mishap with my beard trimmer. Had a mishap. That's all. And that was it. I went to go just trim it like normal, and instead of it being set on the normal setting, which is a 3 millimeter, so I kind of keep it fairly tight, but it was on the 0.4 millimeter. So when I went, zzz, it just it went it was almost down to the skin. Then I had to shake because then it looked fucking terrible. So thank you, Courtney, on the Blue app. I appreciate that, friend. But Courtney says, did you know Captain Kirk had 3 ears? His left ear, his right ear, and his front ear. Oh, what a dad joke. And you know what? Did I still laugh? I sure fucking did. I sure fucking did. Nicely done. Very nicely done. W's for Courtney. That was. Baja Bear, I see you there. I see you. I'm a fan. I'm a fan. That is a great show. Absolutely. Fantastic. Yes, Crystal, I saw that one. Actually, that was something I was going to talk about and bring up. Hey, friend, how are you? Yeah, great show. Absolutely. Invincible, the animated series that was based on the graphic novel. Really, really well done. Really enjoyed that. Emma, she was not happy. It's weird. We are moving right back to the. I mean, I wasn't happy. I mean, to be fair. So, all right, we got someone calling in. Let's see who's here. Hi, thanks for calling the stream. Did you vote for Donald Trump? Okay, cool. She's breaking up with me for a week. Yeah, something like that. All right, once again, guys, if you voted for Donald Trump, hop in the box. Let's have a conversation. Or if you're over on the tube, if you're over on Twitch, all you need to do is you can call in, just like that person did, but then didn't answer, or maybe it was a mistake. Who knows? But now you know. Knowing is half the battle. Go, Joe. Oh, boy. Let's see here. Oh, Co, you're the. Oh, I like you, friend. That's the perfect one. Very nice. Thank you. All right. Once again, guys. Han, I don't know. I sent out a couple of messages. To some folks. So if they want to. Also, I like running solo too. I like running solo. It's fun. I like to do that every once in a while. It's good. So we'll see. I don't know. Anyways, I appreciate you guys continuing to tap the screen and help out with the live goal. Maybe we can hit the FYP over on the tube. I appreciate you guys very much as well. Do the likes and I appreciate you guys running the chat up. Maybe we can get some folks to either call in or to come up over here on TikTok, and maybe we can have maybe we can have a conversation. I'm not ignoring the Ned Flanders comment. It's funny, you guys. We did it the other day. The border's still open. Han Solo. Oh boy. All right, let's see here. I appreciate you guys. There's one video I really wanted to show you guys. Let me pull this one up while we wait for someone to talk to. Yeah, disingenuous is one way to put it. All right. So, I think I have it saved in my favorites. If not, I can pull it up another way, but let's see. It's either my favorites or my reposts. Oh, here it is. Okay. So this is Shane Massey in the South Carolina House talking about redistricting, okay? Now I want you guys to hear what he says, okay? Oh, thank you, Vlad. Thank you, friend. You're very generous of you. I appreciate it. I appreciate all of you fine folks with the gifts, with donations and everything like that. Here on the tube, you guys are always very generous. Thank you very much. I just don't say it enough. It's very appreciated. Also, some of you fine folks sent in. Hold on one second. All right. Hi, thanks for calling this stream. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yes, I did.
Okay. How old are you and what state did you vote in?
I was 19.
And what state are you in?
Nebraska.
Okay. Just going to put you on a brief hold. I'll be right back with you, okay?
All right, thank you.
Thanks. Okay, I'll show you the video shortly. I just wanted to say I was just saying thank you to you guys. I also wanted to say thank you. There were a couple of folks who even sent me some things offline saying like to help with OB and different things like that. And I said it yesterday. I just want to say it again. Thank you. It's very sweet that you guys were thinking of me, and I just want to say thanks. So that's all. All right. Appreciate you guys. Anyways, let's talk to somebody. Okay, caller, I appreciate you holding. You said you're 19 and in Nebraska. Is that correct? He waited until I picked him up off of hold. Like, come on. That was funny. What are we doing? Oh, boy. His mom walked in. Maybe. I don't know. I thought he was scared. I thought I was being really nice. That was Nebraska rude. As someone, I worked in Nebraska, even though I didn't live there. I used to fly out to work in Nebraska very, very frequently. I spent a lot of time in Nebraska. They are actually really fucking nice. Like, they're actually really very wonderful people. It's been my experience. Hi, thanks for calling the stream. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yes.
Okay. How old are you and what state did you vote in?
45 in Maryland.
Okay. Why do you still support Donald Trump as of May 2026?
Is it really May 2026? May 16th, 2026. Yes, I still support him because I still feel like he's better than Kamala.
The election was in November of 2024. That's why I specifically asked why do you still support him as of May 2026? Because they're trying to talk about current events. So what is he doing right now that you support?
Well, it's really hard to answer that. I feel like I don't really support Trump in much of anything that he does right now, but I feel like I support him more than I would Kamala if she were elected. So
you don't actually support Donald Trump?
I support him in a way that it's like he's the anti-hero of my story. I don't feel like
that's a real bullshit thing to say. Like, why are you trying to pretzel yourself into saying that why can't you just say you don't support Donald Trump anymore? Like, it's okay to say that you don't support a politician. He's just a fucking guy. And quite frankly, he's a piece of shit. It's okay to just say, I don't support a politician anymore. When did it become not... We're basically the same age, dude. I'm 43, you're 45. When did it become not okay to say, I just don't fucking support a politician anymore?
I feel like it became a point where I had to call into a place where it's like, hey, what do you support? And it's like, well, if I answer a wrong answer, he's going to hang up on me. So I'm going to tell him the right thing.
Well, you don't have to call in. You didn't have to call in anywhere. The prompt is,
I wanna
why
call
do
in, though.
you support Donald Trump?
I support Donald Trump because I didn't support Kamala Harris.
That's not a reason. Okay, you're saying that the only reason you supported Donald Trump was because you didn't like Kamala Harris.
Yes.
Dude, that's literally the worst fucking reason that I've ever heard. Because you voted for a guy who is adjudicated of sexual assault, who the judge said this is tantamount to rape, by the way, who's convicted of 34 felony counts, who is a grifter, okay? Basically the guy who's fleecing the American public for billions of dollars and has done so in his previous administration and in his current administration, tried to commit some of the biggest electoral fraud that we've ever seen in American history, okay?
Yeah.
And he's shitting all over the Constitution of the United States, has given now the largest tax breaks to the top 1% of this country while leaving the rest of us hung out to dry. He's destroying the economy. Gas prices are through the roof. Started a war, even though he swore that he wasn't going to start a war. Prices for food are through the roof. I mean, prices for goods are through the roof. Why? Like, there is nothing about Donald Trump, nothing at all, that is redeemable at this point. But you're like, well, I didn't like Kamala Harris. What?
I mean, I stand by that. I didn't like Sam Brixton. I didn't like Kamala Harris. I didn't like Joe
when
Biden.
you say I didn't like Kamala Harris, what was your problem with her policies versus Donald Trump's?
It was too gay.
What does that even mean?
Look, I'm just one man, and I just feel like I voted against.
Yeah, I heard
Joe
what you
Biden.
sai'm asking you to specify,
Okay.
sir. When you said it's too gay, who ran $250 million worth of ads about trans people during the 2024 election? Was that the Republicans or the Democrats?
I'm willing to bet that was the Republican.
That was the Republicans. How many times did Kamala Harris mention trans people during the entirety of the 2024 campaign, sir? How many times?
I'm willing to bet less than 15%.
You're willing to bet. I'll tell you, she mentioned them one time, a singular time, and it was in response to a question posed to her. Once. So when you say that they're too gay, they weren't even talking about things like trans people, because people on the left just want to leave people alone and let them exist. They don't care. The only people making this an issue are people on the right.
I am not willing to disagree with you about that, but I am willing to disagree with you insofar as why I voted about that.
You still haven't given me a reason.
A reason to vote? Like, I have a vote, so I can vote.
No, sir,
So,
that's
like,
not what I'm
I need.
asking. You said you voted against Kamala Harris because of, quote, the gay stuff. Those are your words, and I'm asking for you to qualify that because I'm trying to understand what that means, and you have not given a satisfactory explanation, sir.
Well, these days I feel like the gay stuff is on Donald Trump. Like, back then I felt like the gay stuff was on Kamala Harris. That's just how I felt.
When
as
you
a
say
voter.
the gay stuff is on Kamala Harris, what does that mean? Can you give examples of what you're talking about?
Sam Brixton.
Wait a second.
Pete
Hold on. Stop.
Buttigieg.
Stop. Hang on. I talked to you the other day. We already determined that Sam Brixton had nothing to do with Joe Biden. Joe Biden didn't appoint Sam Brixton.
I know, but
I know.
still
So, okay, so Sam Brixton isn't a thing, and we already talked about this. And who the fuck cares about Pete Buttigieg? Pete Buttigieg is literally one of the most intelligent people who existed in the government during Joe Biden's administration. Excuse me. I'm in the middle of a fucking sentence. I am talking about somebody who is far more intelligent than you and served our country honorably. Did you serve our country, sir? Did you serve our country, sir?
I did not serve.
Then you will not denigrate Pete Buttigieg on my live.
Okay.
You will not denigrate a veteran of this country in multiple fronts who got honorably discharged, sir. You will not denigrate a war hero on my live. You can fuck right off.
Well, I'm sorry I felt.
Oh, you're sorry you felt. Oh, because you didn't like the fact that he might like a man. But he's literally one of the smartest people that we've ever had in our government. And he's a fucking veteran. Oh, you didn't like that? But you know what? Let's vote for the fucking rapist. Let's vote for the fucking rapist, huh? Oh, you don't like that guy, but let's vote for the draft-dodging rapist felon. Tell me how you square that, you piece of shit.
I didn't like the gay shit.
I didn't like the gay stuff made me hurt my fifis, so I voted for the rapist
it didn't hurt
felon.
Me.
I voted for the rapist felon instead.
I don't have any children.
You voted for the rapist felon instead
like
because you were uncomfy because you're like, well, there was a guy in Biden's administration and he has a husband. But so instead, I voted for a felon who committed rape and is currently burning down the United States of America. But good for you, buddy.
I didn't know any of that.
Oh, you didn't know any of that? Oh, you didn't know any of that? The things that were public information that were widely available, but you knew that there was a single, excuse me, but you knew that there was excuse me. What the fuck are you talking about? That was literally one of the most public things that was available. That was E. Jean Carroll.
I don't trust the popular media. I trust what's coming out of actual
excuse me. So I just want to let the 800 or so people that are watching right now. This guy didn't acknowledge that E. Jean Carroll was a thing. Didn't acknowledge that Donald Trump was a thing. Excuse me, I'm in the middle of a fucking sentence. This guy says that he didn't know about those things, but somehow he knew about the assistant deputy undersecretary at the Department of Energy who stole a fucking bag of luggage and happens to identify as a they, them. That they're so worried about, but the president of the United States fucking raped a woman, and you're like, whatever, I didn't know about that. It was literally front page news for 2 fucking years.
It was on
everything. It was on Fox News. I know it was on Fox News too. You don't watch Fox News? Bullshit.
I mean,
you are full of fucking shit. Get the fuck out of here. That's why you fucking voted, you can fuck right the fuck off. Go take a long walk off of a short pier. Seriously, go fuck yourself. I want to be entirely fucking clear.
That's why I voted.
Yeah, there you go. That's why you voted. Because you're a little fucking snowflake and you can't take accountability for your own actions, so you'll blame it on someone else. You'll blame it on someone else. Blame it on someone else. You literally just did. You said, that's why I voted. You're blaming your vote on someone else.
Blame things on anything else.
Because you just did. You just said, that's why I voted. You're blaming your vote on someone else.
No, I'm blaming myself. I'm saying this is why I voted. So if you want to correct me, you can correct me, but don't tell me
Did you base your vote, sir? Did you base your vote on the fact that there was someone outside of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris's control who did something wrong? Yes or no? Yeah, you did. That when you keep talking, you keep bringing up Sam Brixton.
You have to qualify that, man. Like,
no,
outside of their control. Like, Trump is outside of their control. So
no, I'm asking, dude. Trump was the candidate.
Yeah.
Okay, so everything that Donald Trump does is in his control, and you can control whether or not you vote for him. You're bringing up Sam Brixton, who is the deputy undersecretary of some department in the DOE, and he was not, or they were not appointed by Joe Biden.
He was appointed by Joe Biden.
No, they weren't. I literally fact-checked this with you the other day when you called in. We already had this conversation.
I mean, I know I called in a couple of days ago, but I don't remember you talking about...
It's literally still in my browser history.
Okay, what do you got?
What do you mean, what do I got? I pulled up their Wikipedia page. They weren't even appointed by Joe Biden.
I'm not trying to fuck with you, man. I'm asking you what you got, because from what I remember of 2020 and 2021, Sam Brixton was a guy that Joe Biden hired, and I'm like...
Joe Biden doesn't appoint deputy secretaries at the Department of Energy. The secretary of the Department of Energy selects those people. We already went over this.
I didn't know that.
No, you did, because I already told you that.
Well, I must have not have been paying attention.
Yeah, you must not have been paying attention. Yeah.
I'm sorry, man.
Then why the fuck are you talking to me? You don't care. You call up and you don't even fucking care enough to pay attention.
I wouldn't call twice if I didn't care at all.
Dude.
Because I want to try to understand your perspective.
My perspective is that you're voting for stupid fucking reasons. Either get yourself educated or just stop voting. That's my perspective.
I mean, I understand what you're saying, but at the same time,
there's nothing for me. There's nothing else for me to say. You said that you voted because you thought that they were too gay. I don't know what the fuck to tell you, dude. So I know, and that's literally, that's. What do you mean you don't agree with that? That's what you said.
No, I'm saying I do agree with that. I still agree with that. I stand on that.
Good. You can stand on that, and you literally have now just proven to me that none of it actually matters. You just came up with the two examples that you gave me are a person who was not appointed by Joe Biden or Kamala Harris and literally was convicted of some fucking petty crime, and they got rid of the person immediately when they found out about it. So who fucking, excuse me, so who fucking cares? Not like George Santos, who Donald Trump fucking pardoned, a gay man who was a drag queen who Donald Trump pardoned, and now he doesn't have to pay back any of the victims that he defrauded to the tune of hundreds of thousands of dollars, Republican victims. But Donald Trump pardoned him. But I don't hear you bitching and moaning about that now, do you? Did Joe Biden pardon Sam Brixton?
I mean, I don't
Did Joe Biden pardon Sam Brixton? Yes or no?
I'm not aware of him.
He didn't. He didn't. Sam Brixton got bupkis from Joe Biden, but did Donald Trump turn around and pardon George Santos, a gay man who was a drag queen who committed actual fucking fraud to the tune of hundreds of thousands of dollars? And by the way, by pardoning him, he ensured that George Santos would never have to pay back any of that fucking money to anybody. How do you feel about that? If you're into the gay thing.
That's wrong. I hate that. I hate gay people always getting away with shit in our society, man.
What do you mean gay people always getting away with shit? They're literally persecuted all the fucking time. And then when I bring up an example of Donald Trump doing something fucking wrong, you go to, oh, the gay people. Oh, it's the gay people. Oh, it's the gay people. Dude, it's Donald fucking Trump. Not the gay people.
It's all the gay people. The gay people.
Get the fuck out of here. You are such a fucking bigoted piece of shit. It's all the gay people. Get the fuck. I literally just pointed out to you. That it was Donald Trump who pardoned him and did this. Democrat. And you won't. He's not a former Democrat. Prove it.
He's a former Democrat.
In 2000, when he ran for president, in 2000, when he ran for president, what party did he run under?
Democrat.
Wrong. The Reform Party. He wasn't a Democrat. When you look at who he's donated to when you look at who he's donated to prior to the 2015 election, who did he donate to more, Democrats or Republicans?
Republicans.
Correct. So, which party is he affiliated with if, when he ran for president, he didn't run as a Democrat, and if he donated more money to Republicans and Democrats, who is he affiliated with?
I don't feel like the latter part really resonates well with the audience. Like, when it comes to the latter part, you're not getting more sex and better sex from the cheaper whore for paying more money to her. You know what I mean?
What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm talking about, the idea that...
Sir, this is politics. This isn't a fucking whorehouse. This is politics. The more money that you give, the more money that you give to a political party, the more that you are supporting them. Do you not understand that? Holy shit, dude. You really shouldn't be voting. Honestly, dude, honestly, can I be honest with you? Stop fucking voting. Stop voting. Stop voting. Because you are too fucking stupid to vote.
Voting?
Stop voting. Yep. You don't Yep, stop voting. Stop. Don't vote. Do not vote.
Obviously, I'm not as intelligent
Stop
as you. But
voting.
I'm intelligent
sir,
enough
no,
to,
sir, you're not intelligent enough to understand a basic concept such as if I give more money to one political party, that means that I support them more than the party I give less money to. Holy fucking shit, dude.
Give you better sex just because you give her more money, man.
That's not how that works. This isn't a whorehouse. It's politics.
That's exactly how the Democrats work.
You're too fucking stupid, dude. I cannot have a conversation with you. Holy fucking shit. God damn. Dude, if you're still listening, don't vote. Don't vote anymore. Just don't vote. Don't vote. Hi, thanks for calling the stream. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Hello?
Hi, thanks for calling the stream. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Hell no. I don't even like him. I just want to express how much I don't like him.
Okay.
I hope he gets raped in his...
Hey, all right. Well, we're glad that you don't like him. That's really wonderful. Really appreciate that. That's wonderful. Fantastic. Love it. Oh, Erika, why didn't you come? Why didn't you get? There you go. Oh, I hit accept. It was weird. Didn't come up.
Yeah, no. I know. I had that weird thing where my screen went funny and it looked like you had a multi-panel live.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Hi, thanks for calling the stream. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yes, I did.
Okay. How old are you and what state did you vote in?
37. First time I voted for him was in California. Second time was Arizona.
Okay. So you currently live in Arizona, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Why do you still support Donald Trump?
Well, I mean, you'd have to think about it like this. You'd obviously want to support the president, make sure he's doing a good job. Granted, is there some things he's doing wrong? Yeah. There's some things I disagree with? Yeah. But for the most part, I think he's doing a pretty good job. Anything compared to Biden and Harris, I think it's way better than that. But I guess it all depends on what you personally think the country needs compared to what others do.
Well, I mean, the election was in November of 2024. I'm asking, why do you currently still support Donald Trump? Like, what is he doing right now that you support?
Currently, I like what he's doing with the border. Some of his foreign policies are doing pretty good. Unfortunately, we got into a conflict with Iran. Is what it is, but hopefully he can figure that shit out.
Oh, no, he started a war. It's a war, right, with Iran.
It's not a war.
No, it's 100% a war by every single definition. Yeah.
No, it's not. Was the Vietnam War?
Excuse me?
Was the Vietnam War?
Yes, it was. Was Korea a war?
Apparently, it was just a conflict.
No, sir. It was a war. So was Iraq. the first time. So was Iraq the second time. So was Afghanistan.
Mhm.
And by the way, I think that the Vietnam War Memorial in Washington, D.C. might want to have a word with you. Also, all of the Vietnam War veterans who are allowed to go into the Veterans of Foreign Wars, the VFWs. I don't know if you're a veteran or if you know veterans, but you can only go into a VFW if you're a veteran of a war. Vietnam veterans
Mhm.
are allowed to go into VFWs. Did you know that?
Yeah, I did know that. I'm
Okay,
not
so
a veteran myself.
that's
Like,
fine. So
are
I'm
you
just
gonna
letting
cut
you
me
know.
off?
Yes, because I'm trying to
Question?
because I'm trying to explain something to you.
Don't railroad
Vietnam.
me, dude. That's
I'm not
the
railroading you, sir. I'm trying to make you explain.
You cut me off. That's rude.
I don't fucking care. I'm trying to explain something to you
That's,
because what you're
that's
saying.
your problem. You don't care.
You can hang up then if you don't like
You
it.
don't care
Run
about-
away. You can run away
No,
if you
no,
don't like
no,
it. But I'm gonna. Here's what's
I'm
gonna
not
happen,
running away. I'm
sir.
trying
Here's
to
what's
figure
gonna
out
happen,
what's
sir.
going
Stop
on.
talking. Here's what's gonna happen. If you say something
you serious
denigrating
right
to
now,
our,
dude?
stop talking. Here's what's gonna happen. If
I
you
didn't
say something,
anything
sir.
denigrating about anybody.
Yes, you
What
did.
the
You
fuck are
said something
talking about?
denigrating to
You're
our
lying.
veterans, sir.
You're
You just
lying.
said something
You're
denigrating to our
lying.
veterans. I'm
You're
gonna,
lying.
sir.
You're
Please stop.
lying. You're coming off of emotions. You're lying.
Anyways, I'm not going to allow you to say denigrating things to our veterans. So I put you on hold for a second. You can't say denigrating things about our veterans. Okay? We're not going to do that. Have you calmed down now? Thank you. So what I was trying to say
I
is that
couldn't
you
hear
can't
you.
say, what you can't do is you can't say denigrating things about our veterans and imply that they weren't in a war. We're
I
not going to
didn't.
do that. Yes, you did. You said, was Vietnam a
No, I
war?
didn't.
Sir, I'm trying to explain something to you. You have to stop talking and use your ears. Stop
Oh,
talking
so
and
I have
use
to
your...
stop talking for you.
All right. I don't fucking care. I'm not doing this.
What a day to be alive.
What a time to be alive, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
What a day.
Huh. Oh, let's see what we got here. We got Erika squared.
No, it's now Erika 2 Electric Boogaloo. We
Erika 2.
figured
All
that
right.
out yesterday.
Hang on one second. I think just calling the stream. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yeah, since you hung up on me, that means I won the debate, huh?
Oh, sure, because you wouldn't stop fucking talking. Do you want to stop talking now and let me explain what I was going to say, or are you just going to keep bitching like a little
Sure, go
girl?
right ahead.
Okay, cool. Anyways, so what I was trying to say when you wouldn't stop talking is it's denigrating to our veterans when you call things conflicts and imply that they weren't in war. They're in war. The very definition of a war doesn't just go by if Congress declares a war. That's not how it works. Korea was a war. Vietnam was a war. Iraq the first time was a war. Iraq the second time was a war. Afghanistan was a war. And what's happening right now in Iran, by every single definition of the word, is a war. If you want, you can look it up in the dictionary if you've got one, or pull it up on your phone, but it fits the very definition. So it's not snippy. It's not anything else just to say, hey, it's a war. And terming it a conflict means that you are saying that the President of the United States and Pete Hegseth are lying because they both called it a war as well. So that was what I was trying to explain to you.
Okay, cool.
Cool. So
then
it's a
it's
war. Great. Wonderful.
All right,
So
all right.
now that we've established that the President of the United States has started a war, you're okay with the fact that Donald Trump lied to you during his entire campaign and said, I'm the president of no new wars.
Well, I mean, are you going to sit here and start tallying up all the lies that every single president has had, or what?
I mean, we could certainly do that, and Donald Trump wins because in his first term as president, he had over
Really?
30,000. Yeah, he had over 30,000 verifiable lies, which is more than any president in modern history. So, yeah, if you want to sit there and tally them up, we can absolutely do that. But when you have
Okay,
a president,
tally 'em up.
when you have a president whose main campaign promise is, I'm not going to start any other wars. I'm the president of no new wars. And all of the people around him say the exact same things. And not only do they say the exact same things, they say, we're not going to war with Iran specifically. And then just over a year into his presidency, he starts a war with Iran. That's breaking a major campaign promise and reneging on everything that he said that he was going to do. I'm asking, do you think that's okay?
Well, see, you're trying to box me into a yes or no answer, and I got to say, it's like, first of all, was it us that started it? Did we have anything to do with starting it?
100%. We started the war.
We
Yes.
did. How did we,
Yep. No, we
how did
started the
do
war.
that?
Yep, we started the war. Correct.
How?
By bombing them
For what?
for no reason.
Oh, no reason at all? It's not like because the last 50 years or so they've been chanting death to America.
If for the
threatening
last
us all
50
the
years
time.
they've been chanting death to
And-
America and that was a reason to start a war with them, why didn't Ronald Reagan, George H.W. Bush, Bill Clinton, George W. Bush, Barack Obama, Joe Biden, or even Donald Trump in his first term, why didn't any of them start a war with Iran? If chanting death to America was a reason to start a war, why didn't any of those other presidents start a war with Iran?
So we went through diplomacy for a long time with them through multiple presidents, you know what I'm saying? And they've even attacked a few of our bases throughout the years. So what are you talking about?
They've only attacked our bases when we've attacked them first.
How did we attack them first when they attacked us the first go around? You know what I'm saying?
That's
what
not
I'm trying
how
to
that.
tell
That's
you.
not
It's
how
like,
that. That's not how
they're
that
not
works.
innocent little
That's not how that.
babies.
You don't know the history of what you're talking about. I would strongly recommend that you don't try to go down this road because I know way more about this than you do, dude.
I know you can be as pedantic as you want. That's
I'm not
fine.
being pedantic. What happened in 1953 in Iran?
1953 in Iran was a regime change, wasn't it?
Who affected the regime change? The democratically elected leader in Iran. Who affected that regime change?
I thought that was going from radicalist, from royalty to radicalist.
Wrong. That was from a democratically elected prime minister to who the United States and Great Britain wanted. Do you know why? It's because the democratically elected prime minister that we, via the CIA and the Brits, they get a good amount of blame too because of British petroleum. Okay. Because they didn't want Iran to do what? Oh, they didn't want Iran to nationalize their oil because, scary socialism, and that would have hurt the oil companies. So what did we do, the United States? We fucked with their government, and we pushed out their democratically elected leader. Oops. So what happened 26 years later?
I don't know.
In 1979.
Dude, like I said, I don't
The
know.
Islamic,
Dude,
this is why I'm saying you have no basis for this conversation. The Islamic Revolution in 1979. The installation of the Ayatollah.
Okay.
Why do you think the Islamic Revolution happened?
Because they're a bunch of Islamic radicalists.
Because they were tired of living under the Shah, the government that we put in place and propped up because he was a piece of shit and treated the people of Iran like shit.
Have you seen pictures of Iran in the 60s and pictures of them now?
Yes, I have. It doesn't mean that the
It looks
Shah
like
didn't.
America.
It doesn't. Yes, I know, and I don't agree with the Islamic. Bud, I want to make something. I want to make something clear. Can I make something entirely clear? I don't agree with the Islamic Revolution, and I don't agree with the clerics and the Ayatollah. I think that they're shitty people, and I don't like them at all. And I think that theocracies in any form are fucking awful. But it doesn't change the fact that the Shah was fucking terrible also, and that's what caused the Islamic Revolution. We caused the Islamic Revolution. If we didn't meddle in Iran's government in the first place, the Islamic Revolution wouldn't have happened because there wouldn't have been a reason to have it. Do you understand?
So the Islamic Revolution, when it happened, if we didn't do anything, the Shah and all that, it was nothing that they did. It's just us.
The reason that the Islamic Revolution happened is because the people in Iran were tired of living under the Shah. We ensured the Shah was in power, and we got rid of the person that they elected democratically who was trying to take care of the people of Iran more by nationalizing their oil and making them more like the other countries in the Middle East, countries like the UAE and Saudi Arabia, these countries that are oil rich and have wealth funds and do all these different things. How do you think that they do that?
Well, they'd have to do that through trade with us if they want to get successful.
Nationalized oil. That's how they do it.
Sure.
So we stopped. Dude.
What
I'm trying to explain something. We stopped Iran from doing that. We fucked them over. That's why they had a revolution. If we hadn't done that, the odds are incredibly high that nothing would have happened. There would not have been an Islamic revolution because the people would not have been so displeased with their government. And my friend Erika would like to say something. This is going to get confusing, but American Erika.
Yes. Just call me Arizona, Erica, because I live in Arizona.
Arizonica?
Hey, caller.
Arizonica?
Yeah, Arizonica. Sure. Hey, Erica. Hey, Matt. Hi, chat. Tubers. So, real quick, I just want to ask him a question. Hey, caller, which county are you in?
I'm not divulging that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I live in Maricopa. All right, you're probably in Maricopa because that's typically where everyone is. But
I'm actually not in
you,
Maricopa County.
okay, sure. So you mentioned something earlier when talking to Matt. You said that did you see Iran in the 60s and 70s? It looked like America.
Sure. Yeah, I
You
said
said
that.
that, right? Okay. All right. Did you say that because it looked like westernized, people were walking around, everyone looked happy, it looked sunny and all that jazz. It looked like it was just that everyone was having a good time, right?
Well, a lot of it was black and white, but sure, yeah.
Okay. All right. Would you say like when people see pictures of America, they think the same thing, right? Like everyone is doing well, things are going great. Like when people see pictures of our country, they will say the same thing.
It depends on the city you live in.
Say what?
Could you say that again? You're breaking up.
I'm sorry. I said it depends on what city you live in.
It depends on what city you live in.
Yes.
Okay, all right, that's fair enough. I would say let's take a look and let's just look at the state, a state like Arizona, right? All right, you can
Sure.
go downtown to downtown Phoenix right now. You can even go to even let's say downtown Tucson. You're going to see people out and about. You'll probably see U of A or you'll see Arizona State University. You'll see people driving cars. You'll see some nice cars. You'll see a whole lot of good things going on. But once you dig under the surface, what you'll then find out is that in the state of Arizona, since last July, we now have 200,000 children within our state who no longer have access to food because their parents have lost their food benefits, SNAP program, food stamps, all right, because of Donald Trump's one big beautiful bill. That's not so beautiful. It's also
No,
estimated that, go ahead.
no, I would say that's not all Trump doing, okay? It's really
That's
not.
not
It has
all Trump's
everything about the
doing. How
state.
so?
It's state by state in particular, okay? Because you don't get the same SNAP benefits or whatever you want to call them in each state. They're always different. You know, I'm a father. I'm also, I'm gainfully employed. I'm not on benefits of any kind, and I'm doing just fine. I don't know why other people are complaining about it.
I'm what? I honestly I did think that you were about to say something like smart, but then you ended with that, and I don't even know how that correlates to what it is that I'm even talking about.
What I'm, what I'm
You said
saying
that
is,
it's not all you said that it's not all Donald Trump's fault, is what you said. Is what you said.
right,
But
no, it's not.
it would be Donald Trump's fault because Donald Trump is the one, all right, who forced a deadline on the signing of the big beautiful bill. Donald Trump is also the one who threatened to primary, all right, any representative and any senator that went against Republican, I should say, Republican senator and House member who went against the one big ugly bill. Like he did those things. This is what he wanted. And
Yeah,
because
but what
of
are the
these new
stipulations?
requirements, Because
Right.
of these
New
new
requirements.
requirements, that's why I'm going to finish my sentence.
Excuse me.
Because of the new requirements that are in place, all right, that the Trump administration has put there, what's happened is 200,000 children, all right, now without food, and that number is only going to continue to grow. We have
So you're
people,
telling these people
all
there's no
right, who
food bank?
actually qualify. I don't know what you read. Do you read at all? Do you read?
I do read. I'm trying to talk to you about reality. You're sitting here. I don't mean to cut you off. I apologize, but you're sitting here telling me you're coming off of a pedestal of emotions. Is what I'm trying to say. You're saying
There's no
200,000
pedestal
children.
on emotions. I'm sorry. How
Yes,
are
it is.
numbers emotions?
Because you're trying to come off of a spot of emotions where I'm telling you, when you look into the bill itself, he's first of all, you need to understand that our welfare system is extremely bloated right now. We have to start cutting out the people that don't need it, that could work and do a job. That's what that is. Like my mom is on SNAP benefits in California, but she's like disabled. And even she can't really get it. And I get like where you're coming from, but I also understand that as a country, we cannot keep funding this. We can't keep doing it because we're capitulating to people's laziness and stupidity and not going out and actually getting work and doing stuff. Okay, Section 8 housing, all these people sitting around literally doing nothing. I see it all over the internet. And now that because this has happened, now you've got people going into stores and just stealing shit. Okay, so what
Now
it
we
tells
have
me
people
is that
just going
even
into
whether they
stores
had it
stealing
or they
shit.
didn't,
Oh,
people are
shut the
still
fuck
horrible
up.
people.
We have people
See,
going
you're
into
getting
stores
emotional.
stealing shit. However, they wouldn't have to go into stores and steal shit. All right, if they actually had food stamps that would allow them to go into a store and purchase food. You think people steal for fucking fun? No.
Or
The
they can get
majority
a
of people that are
fucking
actually
job
stealing, shut
and
the
make their own
fuck up.
money.
Shut the
See,
fuck up.
there
We
you
have
go.
numerous
There you go.
reports
Hey,
because you're the one that's speaking from emotion, dumbass.
hey,
All right, here's the thing. I got it,
No,
Matt. I got it.
oh, I was
this
gonna.
I
is
Okay,
got
you got
it.
it.
real.
All right, you got it.
I got it, friend.
You got it.
This is
So here's
real.
the thing. Yeah, this is very real because what you don't understand is that because of the new requirements that the Trump administration has put into place, states like Arizona, also Georgia, also Texas, also fucking California, and many other states across
Uh-huh.
the country, all right, are actually denying people benefits that would qualify. However, what they're doing is because the Trump administration has put into place called a payment era provision is that if the state goes above a certain payment error rate, then the state is going to be responsible for that amount. And so what it's doing is hurting people that should be able to get benefits. And your dumbass thinks that it's just people sitting around collecting government assistance, but that isn't the case. The majority of people that do receive SNAP benefits work. I don't understand how the fuck giving your silly ass numbers is emotion. All right. But you feeling that it's only people, all right, sitting around taking advantage of something, that's emotional. That's you expressing some form of jealousy. All right. You
Jealous.
expressing some form of hate because your dumb ass isn't getting it. So, anywho,
Well,
like I was saying,
I don't
because
even
of,
want
shut
it.
the fuck up, I'm not
I don't
finished
need it.
talking.
Why are you getting
As I
mad?
was saying, as I was
You mad,
saying,
bro?
I'm sorry, I do apologize. I do get mad, bro, when I got to talk to stupid ass people.
You know that feeling is
Because
mutual,
you
but I'm
really
more
started off
respectful.
your sentence. I don't give a fuck how respectful you are. I don't care. Your
I
respect means
know. See,
absolutely
that's the problem
nothing,
with
and
liberals. They
and
don't
you're
care about
not
anything but
respectful at
themselves.
all. What you are is condescending. It's condescending and
Condescending.
actually rude. Yes,
I
you
mean,
started
rude
off a
for telling the
sentence in
truth.
response. You started off a sentence in response to the number of children thus far within less than a year who no longer have access to quality food. With how did you start it off? With I'm in
I don't blame
Arizona
the children.
too,
I blame the parents.
and our system. But there are
Do
parents
you
that
see
are
that
in
as
fact
bad children or
working.
bad parents?
There's our parents that are actually working. The majority of people who receive SNAP
Oh, sure.
benefits do
Yeah,
in
I'm
fact
sure there
work.
are. The majority
So
of
why
people
is it
on
that you call
SNAP
them
and
lazy
welfare,
then?
they don't work,
Why do you
though.
call them lazy?
Look, I
47% of
grew
the
up in Los
people,
Angeles. I've seen it for myself.
47% of the people who were receiving SNAP benefits in July of last year, as of May 1st, no longer received them. 47%. And that's in the state of Arizona.
And
If we
those
know that the
47%
majority
were
of
they gainfully employed?
if we know that
Employment
the
changes
people were
everything.
employed, if we know that the people were employed, right? And we know that now
Uh-huh.
47%, okay, then why is it that you would even come out of your mouth and say that people are being lazy? You
Because
doing that is
people
you
lie
showing
on things all
emotion.
the time to get more money. You're going to sit here and
Have
tell me
you
right now
ever
that
have you
people don't
ever
lie?
applied? What's the fraud rate with SNAP benefits then? If people just lie,
The fraud
what's
rate
the
with
fraud
SNAP
rate?
benefits, it's
Hmm.
probably pretty high. I'm not sure.
What's pretty high? Is that just you feeling something again? You having emotions about it again?
The no you argument doesn't really work here. I'm trying to have a conversation with you.
No, I'm just saying is that it seems like you don't know anything, just like you didn't know anything about Iran. You don't know anything about what's happened domestically
Well,
in
I'm not
either.
very privy
What it
to
is with
foreign
you, and
shit,
truly,
but
it truly is just you and your emotions about how you feel about something that you've heard. Tell us
well, see,
something
when
factual.
I said emotion, you're the one that came off of. You didn't say people. You said children. Children.
Yeah, because the
Children
number is
have,
children, and in total,
but
47% of people. The
okay.
fuck?
So why didn't they say? Why didn't they say adults or parents? Why did you say children? Because you're trying to
Because
go
are
off
the
of an
children
emotional
not?
stance.
No, that's not it. That's the actual stat. The stat is that.
I don't disagree with you if that's the case. I would agree. You're probably correct, but you said that to get an
I'm
emotional
not probably
response.
correct.
You get
I
what I'm
am
saying?
correct.
Okay,
You can
good for
actually
you.
get,
You're correct, but it doesn't
yeah,
change
you
the
can get
fact
this
that it's an
information from the
emotional
Center for
response.
Budget.
Our
No,
budget would be
the
a lot
thing
better
is that
if we didn't
it
have those
definitely
people
elicit
on
an
here that
emotional
didn't need to be on
response
here.
in you. That's the problem. Is that it elicited an emotional response in you. Is what it did. All right, that's not my
But
problem.
so you
That's
said it
your problem.
purposely to
Now,
elicit an emotional response.
with that being said, all you've been doing ever since then, all right, is trying to fight against the feeling that you had when it was said, because you know for a fact that the person that you voted for and what you still support has contributed to this. That's all that is. That's
But
not
why
a
would I
me
care
problem.
if
That's
I'm
a
not on it?
you problem.
No, see, the you problem is people that are on welfare that don't need to be on it and can work. That's the problem, and
You
that's what
still
Trump is
haven't told us
trying to
any
weed out.
numbers.
This is why I
You,
came up.
Yeah. So
you still haven't told us any
yeah,
facts.
you haven't, and not in caller. Erica has been 100% right about everything, but I also happen to have a friend here who has been begging me to come up and talk, and quite frankly, rightfully so. Hey, Crow, what do you do for work?
Oh, I work for the Department of Health and Human Services, administering SNAP, Medicaid, TANF, and HUD.
Oh, okay.
Literally administer these programs every day, know every exchange, know every check we do, and know the fact that you can't tell me what the largest slice of fraud is.
Okay, well, that's in your purview. That's what you do for a living. Good for you, man. I would hope to God that you know what you're talking about.
Great. So, like, you were very focused on, like, people who shouldn't be on SNAP that are on it, and you brought up fraud. What's the largest slice of the fraud pie in the government?
Largest slice of the fraud pie in the government? I don't know, man. Why don't you tell me?
Specifically in SNAP, it's what's called administrative error, because the government uses fraud as a nebulous term to make this exact reaction you're having happen. SNAP is actually defined by the Government Accountability Office and the Office of Inspector General as an improper payment going in a direction. This means if you're supposed to get $100 and I fuck up and I give you $120, that's fraud. If you're supposed to get $100 and I accidentally give you $80, this also gets calculated as fraud. The largest contributor to fraud in SNAP is not actually the end user, but the administrator. Human error.
So people taking advantage of it, that's just a human error.
Wait. If I make an error, how is that the client taking advantage?
The client taking advantage, if they already know that this is what the state is doing and allowing it, then yeah, they're going to take advantage of it.
So if I mess up, they took advantage of it.
It doesn't
They
make it
just
right, dude.
applied. They just applied. That's their entire interaction with the chain.
Well,
Why
hang on
are
a
they
minute as well.
applying?
I'm sorry.
No, why are they applying?
If my workplace accidentally pays me more money than they're supposed to pay me, I'm not telling them they did that. I'm saying thank you very much for the bonus and putting it in my pocket. What are you talking about?
And to answer
Then
your
you
follow-up
would be
question,
in trouble for that.
no, actually, you wouldn't. What we would do is
I've
we would
had
just
that
stop
happen
it.
to me a
And
few times with my job.
hold
I had to
on.
give the money
You're
back.
just saying you would be. You're just asserting that they would be in trouble for it. They would not. What we would do is we would stop the benefit, depending on how large you just do a clawback. But we wouldn't like try them for anything. Why would we try them for our mistake? That would be silly.
You would try them for not, because I don't know if you realize this, but even when you're trying to
No,
go
you
and
would
get
do a
benefits,
clawback.
they even tell you that you need to
You're
report
presuming to tell
fraud
me what we would
yourself.
do. You're
Oh my
presuming to
God,
tell
dude,
me
you
what we would
guys
do.
are
I'm telling you what we.
fucking
I'm
hard
trying to
to
tell you what we
You're
actually
not
do
letting
because
me
I don't
talk.
care what you. I don't. You have to understand. I don't care what you think we do. I'm telling you what we actually do.
I know
Those are
you
different
don't
things.
care. That's your problem.
Yes, I don't care about opinions. I care about what we actually do. Why would I care about what you think we do versus what we actually do? That doesn't make sense. That's a silly thing to say. Why would I ever care what you think we do when I can tell you what we actually do?
Well, you could tell you could say that, but how do I know you're not lying your ass off right now?
Because you could, oddly enough, you can look this information up. The thing that you're calling Matt on, it has all human knowledge in it.
It's my narrative too.
Wait,
Okay,
citing the Office of Inspector. Wait, hold on. Citing the Department of Congress, citing the Office of Inspector General, and citing the Government Accountability Office as things to support my narrative. Primary sources from the government are now things to fight my narrative.
No, see, what you guys are not understanding is what I'm trying to say is people need to take their own responsibility for their own lives and stop waiting
no.
that the government will take care
No.
of it.
We're going to go down my favorite path on this topic. We're going to go down my favorite path on this topic. What company employs the most people on Snap?
Dude,
what company employs the most people on Snap? It's not besides the point. It is the entire point. You just don't realize that it's the entire point. In fact, since you don't want to answer my question, I'll fucking tell you. It is Walmart. It is Walmart. Walmart has the most employees on Snap in the country. Great. So Walmart already gets subsidies from the government to stay in business. That means they already take our tax dollars on the top. They then move into an area, push out mom and pop businesses so they become the only store in town, then hire people, then schedule them for fewer hours or less pay so that they have to go on Snap. Now, because they're the only store in town, not only do they get a savings on their labor, the people then only can spend that money back at Walmart, which means they get our tax dollars on the top via fucking bailouts and grants, and then they get our tax dollars on the bottom by exploiting their own labor force. And you're mad at the person they're exploiting and not the company exploiting them.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
That is your whole argument.
You guys are just fucking making
You
up
said,
your own
why are
narrative.
they on Snap? They are on Snap because companies like Walmart exist.
Oh, so because of Walmart, people are on Snap all over the fucking United States.
Because of companies like Walmart.
Actually, yes. Have you ever seen the documentary The High Cost of Low Price?
Oh my God! Like you guys are still making
hold on, dude. I'm saying, excuse me. Can you listen, dude? Why are you poo-poo? I'm trying to explain something to you. This is an incredibly famous documentary that came out about a decade ago that exposed every single thing, and that explains all of this in great detail, gives incredible supporting data, and everything that Crow is saying, everything that Erika was saying to you before, all of this information is not only publicly available, but it's widely known. Companies like Walmart.
And I'm cutting off your rebuttal in advance. If you get what you want and you wave a wand tomorrow, and every Walmart employee moves on to a better, higher paying job, who is running the cash register, who is stocking the shelves, who is doing everything you need to get the food on that shelf, mandatory work that we deem necessary for a society to function.
Do you think a corporation can pay people more, or a mom and pop store can pay people more?
Corporation.
Clearly, Walmart could, but it's not. Walmart has put up record profits year over year and still has the most employees on Snap. You just ran directly into the fucking wall. Congratulations.
Good job. Thank you for proving our point.
I'm sure you do that a lot. That's why you know what it looks like. I'm trying to tell you that people need to be able to take care of themselves.
You literally just proved our point, man. You're not really
No, I didn't.
listening. You're not really sitting here listening. You're just getting upset, and you're just wanting to try and be right.
You are
instead of
mad at
trying
the person.
instead of trying to understand what's being said and parse it out and understand this information. You're just getting upset, and you're like, you guys,
ever
dude,
lived
you're
in
not
Section 8
you're
before?
see there you go. Instead of listening to
No. Have you
instead of
lived
letting
in
me
Section 8
just finish, I'm speaking to you calmly and rationally, and instead of letting me finish my sentence, you couldn't
apologize. Go
listen
ahead.
long enough to let me finish my
I
sentence.
just said
You
I
had to
apologize,
interrupt me.
dude. Go ahead.
Instead of just trying to respond and getting emotional, which was the thing that you were accusing everyone here of doing, all we're doing is providing you facts and figures that are publicly available and widely known. You just said corporations, who can afford to do it more? Corporations or mom and pops? Corporations can afford to pay their people so much more money. But the problem that we have in this country is that they're afforded tax breaks and benefits that regular people do not get. They're given breaks that none of us can get. They hoard their wealth. They can do stock buybacks. They can do all of these different things. And then they fuck over the people that work for them, and they force them to go on SNAP benefits, to go on welfare, and to use Medicaid. In fact, Walmart's entire business plan is built around the idea that they don't need to offer medical benefits to their employees. They literally tell them and instruct them. Medicare instructs their employees on how to go and get Medicaid, how to apply for those services. A corporation with billions of dollars in profit is gaming the system. It's not the people who work for them. It's not their fault. It's Walmart's fault. That's what is trying to be explained to you, is that you're mad at the wrong people, man.
You should be looking
forcing
upwards,
people
not
to work
downwards.
there.
That's my point.
What?
If there's no other jobs in the area, because Walmart's model is to move into an area, push all other mom and pop businesses down, and become the sole business and the main business in town and main employer, where do they work?
I didn't realize that Walmart's also a plumbing technician or an electrician or
Hold on,
HVAC
it's not.
or
Hold on,
fucking
we're not.
construction.
Wait,
hold on.
Wait,
They pushed all those businesses
I
out
got
because
this.
they're
Hold on.
Walmart.
Say that again.
So people can't just go get another job, get a trade, anything
Hold on.
like that, do something better for themselves. They're going to get stuck at Walmart.
Actually, so it's great. It's great that you mentioned that. Sometimes they can, and oftentimes they can't. Oftentimes they're completely stuck in a low-end job, sir.
Sure.
Okay, so do you have?
I'm
I
sure
also
there's something
already
going
answered
on.
this.
Wait, what? I'm sorry, you broke up. I didn't hear you.
I was just saying I already answered this when I said, let's wave your magic wand. Every Walmart employee gets that better job tomorrow. Who stocks your shelves? Who runs your registers? Who gets that food to you? Who takes care of the day-to-day operations of that store if what you want happens?
Kroger.
Great. We have the exact same problem with Kroger now. Same thing. Great. We can take this all the way down to that. Eventually, you're going to need to take care of the worker.
Sure. Yeah, I believe that workers should get a better paying wage. I do agree with that, but at the same time, nobody's stopping them from
Then
going.
why are
and
you
getting
arguing against? Then why are you saying they should not get taken care of?
I didn't say they should get taken care of. I'm specifically talking about the people that do not work and are getting SNAP benefits, including illegal aliens.
And what we're trying to explain to you is that the percentage of people that are represented by that statement are so infinitesimally small that it doesn't matter. You're literally focusing
3 to 4%.
You're focusing on a group of people that is so small that it doesn't affect us in any meaningful way. 4%.
So people like, for example, California, Los Angeles, to be particular, they consider that a welfare state. Do you think Los Angeles
they don't, sir.
Yes, they do.
No, sir, we're trying to explain to you that nationally that number is 4%. Do you think that 4% of anything is a true issue in this country?
4% is still a percentage, dude.
Yes, it's a number. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
There are zero
I can just be zero.
programs. There are
That's what it
zero
is.
programs in the world that have a 0% error rate.
And
Yeah, that's also
0%
true.
is also 0% is also a number, just to be clear.
Sure. Okay. Thanks
Well,
for that.
Okay, well let's go with this. What do you think the purpose of our government is? Let me ask you that question. Let's shift gears a little bit. What's the purpose of our government?
The purpose of our government is to run the country and make sure that we're all okay.
That we're all okay, right? It's like the preamble of the Constitution. We the people, in order to form a more perfect union, establish
But
justice, ensure
it's
domestic.
not entirely them.
What's that?
It's not entirely governmental.
What does that mean? I'm sorry. What do you mean?
Well, back when America was being formed, they also gave people the ability to do their own things and be able to make their own money and not sit here and harass and hound them for every little thing, tax them under the sun,
and
do shit like climate tax. Come on now.
Yeah, you're right. And you know what? You're right, man. You're right. And that's also when people lived to be an average of 35 and they died from poisoning in their drinking water and food spoilage and all these different things before we had government regulations to make sure that all of that shit was safe. And we had children going to work and and people worked 6 or 7 days a week, 10 to 12 hours a day before we had a mandated 5-day work week, 8 hours a day, before we had all of these different things. So yeah, if you want to go back to 1790 and you want to live to be 35 and you want 4 of your 10 kids to die and you want your wife to probably die in childbirth and you want to drink contaminated water and you want to not be sure about the food you're eating being safe and all those different things, you go right the fuck ahead, man. But I'm really fucking glad that we have the EPA and the FDA and all of these other fucking government organizations that keep us safe, because in the preamble of the Constitution that I was saying before you interrupted me, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare. That is a line that starts the Constitution. Our founding fathers thought that we should promote the general welfare of its citizens, sir.
Oh, so you said the FDA? You mean like, well, they're pumping all that shit in the food and making it all fucked up, making us fat and lazy?
Sir, the FDA doesn't put anything in food. It simply approves food and substances.
Maybe Monsanto, right?
Monsanto is a non-government organization, sir.
Hang on,
and Erika, please go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to tell you, like, in Europe, we don't have that shit in our food, but the reason we don't have it is because we have this thing called universal healthcare. Because the government is responsible for providing our healthcare, they also have investment in us not getting sick and not getting ill.
And how much do you pay in taxes for that?
Sorry, me personally,
in general, because you guys have free healthcare, how much do you pay for that?
I'll tell you what, my entire tax bill for the month is lower than most people in the US's medical insurance premium. So if you want to go down that road, I'm definitely paying less for my healthcare than you are paying for yours. That's
sure
super simple. No, I am sure about that.
Easily
I can give you, when Erika's done, I will give you the numbers because I've looked at the leading proposal on this and compared it to my own insurance card.
Yeah, I want to tell you. Sorry, I want to tell you that my government pays about $5,500 per person in the country for their healthcare for the year. You pay the average for an American is $12,000. So when you say, and that goes for what you're paying in insurance premiums plus Medicaid and Medicare. So you're paying in your country more than double what I am paying for my healthcare. But I'll finish my sentence before. Well, you're just clearly not. You're doing this thing called listening to respond rather than active listening, which is what we would like you to do. But what I'm saying to you is, I see you're not listening. You are
I just
listening
said I
to
am
respond.
listening.
You're not listening. You're too busy trying to talk. And Matt will tell
I'm
you,
not.
I never fucking crash
I
out.
was
But
just
I'm on the
confirming
verge
what
with
you
you.
were saying.
I'm just going to keep talking. I'm just going to keep talking.
Go ahead.
So anyway, I'll carry on. The reason that the shit is not in our food is because our government has a vested interest in it not being there. Our government is not bribable by companies, by corporations. We do not have the same lobbying that you have by the corporations to allow shit into your food. So when you say, oh, they let us put all this crap in food, they let you put the crap in the food because of arguments that you are making against people being involved in social programs. You let the government do this. You personally let them. Matt doesn't let them. Erika doesn't let them. Crow doesn't let them, because all of them are in favor of universal healthcare. But you are so worried about someone getting $20 that they shouldn't fucking get, that you don't care about the vast majority of people who don't get as much as they should get, because the amount of money they get is not enough to feed people. Like, shake your head. You are simping for millionaires and billionaires right now.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not doing that, but that's your opinion. The thing is people out here, like, I know you guys have like what, super hospitals or whatever they're called, and it takes months just to get a checkup done. Over here, I can just go walk
No,
over
it does
to
not
an
take
urgent care
months
and
to
get it
get
done right
right.
away.
Stop talking. On Monday morning at 8 a.m., I can phone my doctor's office and get an appointment the same day. The same day. And when I walk into
Yeah, but
my
what if you
doctor's
didn't have
office,
insurance?
you don't have to have insurance.
Oh, they just
We
told you
have
guys to pay for
universal
everybody.
health
Which he's
care.
making.
You're literally making my point for me. I do not have to have insurance. I don't have insurance. I can phone my doctor at 8 a.m. on Monday and be in the doctor's by 10:30.
And I'd like to point something out, because I just googled the average wait time in Arizona, because as a person who lives in the United States and has had to change general practitioners, sir, the average wait time in Arizona to move to a new primary care physician is around 30 days. That's in Arizona. However, what I don't.
It's not.
Good. What's your source?
Actually,
Great.
yes, it is.
Hold on, and you didn't even let me finish the statistic, because I have actual information on this. And if you're in the greater Phoenix East Valley area, apparently it can be up to 2 to 3 months. So I have a source on that. I would like to know, what's your source that would refute my information, sir? Because I'm looking at Bright Path Medical, which is in Anthem Buckeye Surprise, and they're local to your area, also in Phoenix. So they're saying that they're local to your area, sir. What is your source that would refute that, since you laughed at my numbers when I actually just researched it and pulled up the numbers? What's your source?
Well, I go to urgent care.
No, I don't give a fuck about urgent care. I'm saying when you need to find a primary care physician, a doctor who takes care of you regularly, sir.
Yeah, I have one. Yeah, and it only took me a couple of days.
Going to urgent? No, I'm saying when you change doctors.
Oh, well, I've never changed doctors, so I don't know.
You're 37 years old and you've never changed doctors. Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty healthy, dude.
So you're saying that you had the same doctor from when you were a kid, your pediatrician?
Oh, well, no, of course not.
So you have changed doctors. Okay, so when did you change doctors? When you turned 18? So you're saying you haven't changed doctors in 20 years?
Probably around there. I've been around a few states, so you can't have the same doctor.
So you have changed doctors in the last 20 years? So what you just said was a lie?
I didn't say anything that wasn't a lie. I just said that where I'm living at right now, I haven't changed doctors in a long time.
Matt, guess how long it takes here, just out of interest. Do you want to have a guess to change your GP practice?
I have a feeling it's going to make me mad, but sure, tell me how long.
It's
Why are you
between
getting
1 and
mad?
5. I'm sorry, shut up. It's between 1 and 5
That's
days.
rude.
It's gonna.
And
Yeah, shut the
that's
fuck
just
up.
so they can transfer your
You
medical
guys are
records
fucking
over.
rude, man.
But
No
you
wonder
can
nobody likes you.
normally,
Over
but
here
anyway,
begging
I'll
for
just keep
money.
talking. You can normally get an appointment the same day, the first day that you register.
The reason that it
You
makes me,
wonder
the
why
reason
nobody
I said
likes
that
you
it
guys.
makes me, you little snowflake. The reason why I said that it makes me mad is because in America it takes fucking a long time. 30 days, 2 months, 3 months. It's a long fucking time to wait if you need to change doctors, if you need to go to the doctor. That's fucking stupid. There's no reason for it, and you're supporting a system that makes sure that that's the case.
Well, then maybe you should go and change it personally before you start barking orders at me.
Oh, I've tried. I vote for the right people. I'm not stupid as fuck like you.
What do they think
Jesus.
our tax dollars are supposed to be for? All right, it definitely says for the well-being of the people. All right, and that means absolutely nothing to them because at this point it's for the well-being of the wealthy, of the billionaire, of the corporations. But the people, the proletariat, the people, all right, we get so far left behind. It's fucking ridiculous.
I love the proletariat. What part of stupid as fuck did you not understand?
So, since I know
sorry,
Matt's going to send me to the void in a moment, and I love talking about money when it comes to taxes and how your taxes work, people like that are really mad about funding social programs. If you're not aware, for every federal tax dollar you send in your taxes, 9 cents funds most social programs. 9 cents on every dollar is what funds SNAP. It funds Medicaid, it funds HUD, it funds FEMA, and it funds like 6 other programs. Y'all are mad about 9 pennies when they are the best invested 9 pennies out of every federal tax dollar you send. As for it would cost more here. The numbers that I was saying I ran, I use Bernie's model, which is like the most America-centric model that we have right now because he based it on what we need and what we have. I pay $500 a month. That's my part of my insurance from my job. Bernie's plan would have caused my taxes to go up $300, which means, I don't know, I'm not a mathologist. I went to American public schools. To me, that means I get $200 more in my pocket. So I pay $200 less a month and everybody gets health care. Why would I be against that?
I want to just point out as well, I don't think he had insurance because if he doesn't have like a general practitioner and he's going to the urgent care,
he said he pays
for
out of
his
pocket.
checkups.
You're right. He said
Yeah.
that, Erika. You're right. You got him. You clocked it. He pays out of pocket. So, but thank you, Crow. I appreciate that. You've always got the receipts. But there was nothing good. He was just in his feels. He's just like he just wants to be mad. He just wants to be mad about something. That's all.
Before I leave, I need MAGA. I need you to, when you're listening, while you're waiting for Matt and Erika and Erika to talk to you, I want you to go to the Google and type in the word oligarchy because you don't like capitalism. You like oligarchy because we don't have capitalism in the United States. How do I know this? Because I've read Wealth of Nations. We don't got fucking capitalism. We got an oligarchy. You don't like fucking capitalism. You like oligarchy. You like licking the boots of fucking rich men that wouldn't piss on you if you were on fire.
Okay. All right. W. Crow. We appreciate you. W. Crow. W. Adam Smith. Wealth of Nations. All right, bud. We'll see you.
Well, not really W. Adam
Not
Smith.
really W. Adams. I mean, just I was pointing it. Yeah, just pointing it out. Real quick. Thank you to Crow. It said you're playing my song on the Blue App. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you to Lovey on the Blue App. It says my father's a Vietnam vet. He refuses to go because of the memories, but sitting here making these claims is actually insane. It's the one thing I point out. If anyone wants to call those things a conflict or whatever it may be. It's just so stupid. I, I like, it's a war. You are denigrating our veterans if you do not acknowledge it as such. Sorry, I'm not gonna let it slide. I'm not gonna have that argument with you. Okay, friends who fought there, relatives who fought there in all of these various wars, and they deserve that respect. So you can fuck right off with your conflict bullshit. Okay, just fuck right the fuck off. Anyways, guys, if you voted for Donald Trump, we'd like you to hop in the box. Crows who fought there, exactly. Please hop in the box if you voted for Donald Trump. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be on for, but I would like you to, again, hop in the box. You can also call up on the phone line. We'd like to have a good, real conversation. I appreciate you guys helping out with the live goal. Thank you for clearing out those other ones. If we can do that with this one. If you'd like to offer additional support, you can do so via links in my bio, in my friends' bios over here. Also, links in the description of the tube. We can also do super chats over on the tube if you'd like to support me. And then, of course, I would really like it if you would take care of my friends over here. You guys are doing a great job with Arizonica. And I appreciate that. It would be great if we can also make sure that we take care of our friend British Erika as well. Real quick, over on the tube, we got a number of super chats to read too. You guys are very, very kind. Let me read these real quick. Thank you to Melvin, our friend Melvin, who is always amazing. We appreciate you, friend. It says, I'm calling BS. He's afraid to say it, Matt. He's a misogynist and a white supremacist. Yeah, probably. I mean, you're probably not wrong, dude. Soul of a Beer Can, thank you for the $5 super chat. It says, can we get I'm in the middle of a fucking sentence merch? Probably. Probably. Taffy says, I stand behind that merch. Well,
Matt and I need to have a conversation about merch. We've been meaning to do it for a while.
Yeah, we really do. Absolutely. Yeah. I don't know why we're not talking about. Oh, this is CP9T. Thank you for the $9.99 super chat. You said, I don't know why we're not talking about it, but some of the documents Trump had at Mar-a-Lago were about how to attack plans for Iran. I don't know if I was aware of that. Maybe I was aware of that. I don't know. I feel like maybe I was, maybe I wasn't. But I appreciate that. I don't want to dig a little bit more.
First time I'm
that.
hearing it.
But does it surprise me? No. Doesn't surprise me at all. This is a thing that he's always kind of had like in the back of his head. Thank you to Melvin again to the $10 super chat. Says, first you want to control women's bodies. After that, you tell the women to fend for themselves, pulling themselves up by their bootstraps while you're cutting those bootstraps. Make it make sense, you simple idiot. Melvin always coming in with the right takes. Thank you, Melvin. And one more, Melvin. You're far too generous, friend. I really appreciate it. You're very generous. Another super chat saying that the wax is seeped from their ears into their brains. They're hearing to respond instead of listening to comprehend and understand the definition of mental. I'm not going to say that other word, but mental lack of faculties, we'll say. Okay, friend? But I appreciate you. Also, thank you to Kathy for the gift of the jewels over there. You guys are so kind, and it's really great. Please, again, make sure that you're taking care of our friends over while they're here. Geeky wants to know what the fuck happened and why do you look like every which is uncle, every uncle ever. It was an accident with the beard trimmer. Okay, it was an accident on Thursday with the beard trimmer. It was accidentally set to the lowest setting, and I didn't realize it, and I went right up the side of my face, and that's it. And okay, that's
what he's going to tell you, but he just wanted to look like Ron Jeremy for a week. In actual fact,
I really don't want to look like Ron Jeremy. It's not a thing that I want at all. Okay.
Thank you, Lovey, for the 10. I appreciate you, friend. I hope I cussed him out good enough. Do you know someone paid me Friday to have a Matt style crash out?
Really?
Yeah, I didn't really crash out Matt style though. It was
Ah.
very calm, but it was very biting.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm kind of. I might need to see a clip of that. All right, let's see what we got here. Thanks for calling the stream. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay. Thank you. How old are you and what state are you in?
I am 51. I'm in New Jersey.
Okay. As of May 2026, why do you still support Donald Trump?
Well, in my opinion, it's not about, supporting our representative, not just about Trump the person and Kamala the person. It was, we were given a choice of voting for, socialist and communism versus a constitutional republic. And, so in a sense, voting for Trump was more of voting for the party and its ideology, not just voting for Trump, and I don't agree with everything the man's done. Anybody who can't admit that's a moron, but that goes with both wings of the bird, I mean, you can't, anyone who stands by everything that the person they voted for does is not being real with themselves or not being honest,
Eric, please, go for it. I can't.
No,
Bruh.
can you describe what communism is for us, please?
Well, I mean, when you have people running as the social, the Socialist Democratic Party, I mean,
Not the
that's,
Socialist Democratic Party. No, not the Socialist Democratic Party. Definitely not.
well,
Social
is that not what
Democrats.
Democrats
You
are
don't
proud to? Many
No,
Democratic politicians are proud to
no,
admit that.
no. American Democrats, by global standards, are still conservative.
but Erica,
I'd have to
Erica,
disagree, but
please
go
please
ahead. I'll
ask him
listen.
what a social democracy is. Please ask him what
Well,
that
yeah.
is.
Can you give us an
Can
example
she
of
not
a
speak for
social?
herself, or do you have to ask her what to ask?
Well, no. We're buddies. You don't have to
Well,
do
I
anything.
don't need buddies or other people's
Okay,
input.
Yeah, we share
so
a name and we share a brain. Now she's
yeah.
gonna ask you the question.
So
Yeah,
sorry, hi. Can
yeah.
you give us an example of a social democracy in the world? Like, give us an example of a country that has a social democracy.
A socialist democracy.
Yeah.
I
Five,
I cannot.
4, 3.
Okay.
Okay, you can't.
I said I cannot.
Yeah.
And sharing
we
the brains with somebody who is like-minded isn't necessarily gaining more knowledge or wisdom either.
Okay, she was joking. Number one, I'm very sorry. I don't know quite when you had your sense of humor bypass, but it seems to have been incredibly successful. But secondly, countries like Denmark and Sweden and Norway are social democracies. They are considered to be the happiest countries in the world, the most content countries with their governments. They
right.
have the
Social's
best.
not democracy, not socialism.
No, correct. But you're mixing the two up. You're saying that Democrats are socialists and communists, which they're not.
Mandami in New York City ran as a socialist Democrat.
As a
Democratic socialist.
social Democrat.
I apologize.
Yeah.
Those are
Yeah,
two very different things, just FYI.
That's
Was
not
he
the
not-
same as socialism.
But Erica, okay.
Did he not run on social did he not run on
Right. So I'm going to go back to the
ideas of
question I asked.
socialism?
I'm going to go back to the question. I'm going to go back to
Okay.
the question I asked in the first place. What is communism?
Oh, communism is
And if you can't answer that, you can answer
communism
what
is
is
not
socialism.
constitutional. It's not.
Well,
It doesn't have
I didn't ask if it was I'm sorry, I didn't ask if it was constitutional. I asked what is it, not what isn't it. What is it?
What is it? Well, I suppose it's I'm trying to think of the best way to word it here.
Okay, you go
Well,
ahead.
so communism is possibly, supposedly making everybody equal, relying more on government for uh, for everything, basically.
No, that's false, because under communism there is no government.
Well, relying on your dictator, your leader.
No, there doesn't have.
Or,
Actually, in true communism, there's also not a dictator.
so what is the leader of a communist party? It's the Communist Party, I suppose. I mean,
So
is China a
So-
communist country? No.
no, not really.
So what would you classify it as?
It's a mixed. It's a mixed
Yeah.
state
In
run.
modern day China is kind of state-run capitalism, really.
And Russia is not a communist country. It's not.
Correct.
No.
Russia doesn't even say it's been communist. Like when the
No.
USSR ended, that's when communism ended. Russia is
It's like an
you could say it's
oligarchy.
capitalist
Yeah.
or oligarchical. Yeah.
I mean, really,
I
it's
agree.
really
I
what
agree.
they.
Russia was more like an oligarchy.
It's what
You're
the United.
absolutely right.
Yeah, it's kind of like what we are now, like what we're becoming. Yeah, we're an oligarchy.
Well, the elite, the wealthy, do have a lot of say in our politics. They donate to politicians who are going to advocate for them and make policies that are advantageous to them. I agree with that,
Okay.
but it's not.
Can I just ask you another question?
It's not
super
just
quick?
Trump. It's not just Trump who's done that. I mean, every
wasn't trying to.
politician-
I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to derail it. Erica wants to ask. It's my fault. I wasn't trying to derail
okay.
that. So right.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to ask you another question real quick. Which Democratic politician is it that has stated that the means of production should be in the hands of the proletariat? Or I'm gonna just rephrase that for you, because you probably haven't heard the word proletariat before. But basically, who is it that's advocating for no private business and that the people should just own all the businesses? Who is it? Which Democratic politician can I look to who has made that statement that there should be no private ownership of business and that it should all be owned by the people? Who would I find that quote from?
It should all be owned by the people.
Yeah. Which Democratic politician said that?
Oh, geez, that's going way back. I'm not sure who quoted that, but it goes back to the idea of the Constitution.
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
No Democratic politician has said it. That's what socialism is. Socialism is no private ownership of business and all businesses being in the hands of the people. So there is no private ownership of business whatsoever. So this idea that
There's many definitions of socialism. You're choosing one that just. I said there are different definitions, different types of socialism.
Oh, give me a different definition for socialism then, rather than the means of production being in the hands of the proletariat.
Different types of socialism.
Yeah, give me another.
There's
rather than socialism.
Social democracy,
if you're
democratic
reading
socialism,
this, it's going to say
Marxism, libertarian socialism,
Marxism's
utopian
more
socialism.
akin to You're just reading words now.
No, there are different types of socialism with different ideas behind each one.
Explain syndicalism to me real quick.
Buzz is trying to answer.
I guess it would.
Oh, Buzz knows Buzz knows what syndicalism is, man. Like,
Well, I
listen,
guess
he's all over
it
it.
prioritizes labor unions, advocates for a general strike and worker-led takeover of industry.
Isn't ChatGPT great?
It's amazing
Well,
how
I mean,
fast it can pop up.
yeah, I know. Well, you use it as well all the time. I mean, is that not what it's for, to educate ourselves?
I'm not being funny, sir. You couldn't explain to me what communism was, and you couldn't, when I gave you the definition of socialism, you couldn't tell me that that's what socialism was. That was what we call a gotcha question, because I knew you didn't know what either communism or socialism were. And so I gave you the definition of one and asked you to tell me which Democrat said that. And you were like, oh, that goes back to the Constitution. Sorry, I'm just getting my dog a pouch of dog food. You said, oh, that goes back to the Constitution. No, it doesn't. None of the founding fathers were socialists. And you didn't recognize it as the definition of socialism. So you're talking about things that you don't understand because you've been told that Democrats are communist and socialist when in fact they're not. And as I've already explained to you, by global political standards, Democrats are still conservative.
When the party offers, and advocates for free this, free that, free, everything, I mean, what type of behavior is that? Is that not the behavior?
Who advocated for free everything? Can you give me that person's name?
Well, California is doing it with their health care. Mandami in New York.
Yeah, but that's not. Hang on, that's not free. You just said they're advocating for free everything. Tell me who advocated for free everything.
Well, people are advocating everything, meaning like healthcare.
I live in the UK. We have universal healthcare. It's not free, by the way. It's paid for by our taxes. Do you think the UK is a communist or a socialist country?
I believe. Well, it's certainly not a constitutional republic, and it's
no. We're called a constitutional monarchy.
Yeah. You have a king.
Correct. But he doesn't really do anything. He's just the head of state.
Figurehead, yeah.
But just a question, because I don't know. Does he have the authority or the power to remove the prime minister from his position?
In theory, but they haven't ever.
Yeah, probably should.
Why? No, go on. Why?
Yeah, I'd love to know your opinion on UK politics. Yeah, why?
I never really, and most Americans really never had an opinion about,
No, sorry, I don't want the rambling. Just give me the reason why. In fact, what's the Prime Minister's name?
Was it Keir Starmer?
Okay. Oh, ChatGPT doing its job again. Well done.
No, it's
so
why not ChatGPT that time, dear. I absolutely know this.
Why should he be removed?
Well, I mean, do you not see what he is allowed to happen to your country? I mean, everybody else can see it.
What's he allowed to happen? Go ahead.
Well, from what I understand and what I've seen, I mean, I don't know it as fact because I don't really believe anything that is stated on as fact on the internet.
Just tell me the thing that you think he's done, the situation that you think he's allowed.
Well, he's still allowing the unvetted illegal migration.
How many people illegally migrated last year?
I don't know the exact number. I'm sorry.
It's 55,000 to a country of 70 million people. It's not even a drop in the ocean.
Well, how would you know the exact number if they're not vetted? So
Because they come across the channel in boats, and there are people this side of the channel that pick them up. We know
and they're
exactly how many people.
and they're
Because
and
we
they're
don't have, sorry, sir, stop talking. We're an island. In fact, we're lots of islands, and we don't have an unvetted, like a whole thousands of miles worth of border that someone can just cross. We have the ocean.
That's right. So they can step foot on your land from anywhere where it might not always be seen or counted.
Okay, buddy, just a quick question. How far do you, do you think that people are getting on, I don't know, it would have to be a ship from somewhere random and landing on in an uninhabited place in Scotland so no one can see them? Because I hate to tell you this, but we're a very populated country, like a really populated country. There are 70 million people in an area that is smaller than, I think it's like 2/3 of US states. There is literally none of our coastline that doesn't have people. So where is it they're landing where no one can see them? Go ahead.
So only 55,000 last year. How many is too many? But wouldn't you think that 5,000 is too many?
No, sorry,
Don't you
I
wa-
asked you a specific question. Can you please answer my specific
Please
question?
repeat it real quick.
Where do you think they're landing where they're not seen by people? Because I just want to let you know the narrowest part of the English Channel, which is the part that they cross most of the time, is about 14 miles. Okay. So it's about 14 miles that they have to cross, but they land in very particular places. They are not going to uninhabited beaches in Scotland or Yorkshire to land, because it's too far for them to get in a little like blow up dinghy. They can't do that.
Okay. Okay. All right. I don't know everything about Britain. So
Clearly,
are they being classified as refugees?
some of them are classed as asylum seekers, and some of them are sent straight back, like very much like you do.
Right. So I mean, why and most of them are coming from France. Am I wrong in saying that?
No, you're correct, because again, that's the shortest crossing, sir.
So what are they seeking asylum from and refugee from if they're in France? Is there no
Oh,
danger there?
sorry, do you know international law on seeking asylum?
Um, what are they seeking asylum from in France?
Sorry, do you know international law on asylum seeking?
Yeah, and you know that
Okay,
you
cool.
know
What's the international law that governs asylum seeking called?
the governing law. Well, we're not allowed to refuse them asylum if they're seeking it. So
No, sorry. I asked you a very specific question. What is the specific international law called that governs asylum seekers and refugees?
I'm not sure.
It's called the UNHCR. And the UNHCR specifies that asylum seekers do not have to stop in the first safe country. The country that they are coming from initially has to be a dangerous country. They can stop in as many places as they like. They are allowed to seek asylum anywhere. And there's a really good reason for that. Do you want to know the really good reason?
Please.
It's because otherwise the safe countries immediately surrounding a country that is unsafe, who often are have incredible issues of their own, who are often incredibly poor, get all of the refugees and asylum seekers. And your country and my country, we're rich countries comparatively. Yours more than mine. We're rich countries comparatively. And our countries are the ones that have fucked most of these countries up to the point that people need to seek asylum and refugee status elsewhere. You know, somebody said to me in a live today that Paris looks like that Paris by the Eiffel Tower looks like Egypt. And I said to them, oh, there's a place in my country that looks like Egypt. It's called the British fucking Museum, because we stole all the shit. We went in there, we stole all the shit, we made their countries unstable, and now we're getting upset that they want to come to our countries when we went to theirs and fucked them up.
Well, I think that most people are getting upset that they're getting all the handouts and free housing and you know, all kinds of other shit when the actual citizens that are living there are paying for it and they're suffering themselves. You see, in America, the government's responsibility is to take care of, you know, the people first and foremost. So, and
then why doesn't it? Then why isn't it? You live in the richest country in the world, sir. You can't even give your people universal health care. You live in that. You should be ashamed that you live in the richest country in the world and it can't even provide all of its citizens with healthcare. It can't even make sure all of its citizens are fed. It can't make sure that all of its citizens, including I'm still talking.
Sorry. Go ahead.
It can't make sure that all of its citizens have a roof over their head. It can't make sure that they're keeping warm in the cold and cool in the warm.
Maybe if the taxpayers' money wasn't getting sent all across the world to pay for your military protection.
Let me help you out with that. 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 What's the budget for USAID every year? The foreign aid that we send out? What?
I don't know.
Well, I thought you were just complaining about the money we send out of this country to other countries. How can you complain about it if you don't know the budget?
Well, I'm sure that all the money that we send out and
stay on target. Stay on target, sir. Sir, hello. Stay on target. Okay. Great. Okay. So if you don't know the number, allow me to help you out. It's about $36 billion we send in foreign aid every year. And by the way, of that $36 billion, 40% of it immediately comes back to the United States in return on investment, and the other 60% in some way, manner, shape, or form generally benefits the United States in some other way, whether it's via indirect investment or in soft power advances. But that's neither here nor there. Okay? What is the budget, sir? What's the budget of the United States of America in a year?
The taxpayer-funded budget?
The total amount of money that we spend, sir.
I don't know.
It's going to be $4.2 trillion this year. And you're worried about $36 billion. Do you know how much we spend on defense alone? By itself? Do you know?
It's damn near a trillion. It's over $1 trillion, isn't it?
It's over $1 trillion. Donald Trump is asking, do you know how much? Let's see. I need to check because he's upped the number. I know that we're over $50 billion just for the Iran war. Let's see. I think it was over $200 billion the last time I checked, but I'll just double check. So we've got the correct number asked for Iran because I want to make sure. I was right. It's $200 billion. It's still $200 billion. I want to make sure that he hadn't asked for more since the last time I checked. Sir, just for this one war, Donald Trump is asking for $200 billion fucking dollars, sir. Yeah. So if you're going to complain about anything, it's not the $36 billion that we send in aid, that 40% of it gets return on investment directly back to the United States. The majority of it gets indirect invested back in the United States and is good for soft power. All of those things benefit us. Maybe it's all of the other shit we're spending money on. That's why we're not getting universal health care. Oh, that, and of course, that Republicans won't vote on universal health care, and only Democrats will give us universal health care. Also, I need you to hang on a second. My friend Erika would like to add something to that as well.
Yeah. I'm doing an exit speech. I'm about to leave, so I hope you and Erica have fun. However, I just want to say to the caller, gain some knowledge. Like, do things based off of facts. Be logical in that sense. Be reasonable in that sense. Make rational decisions in that sense based off of facts, right? Because when you solely just go off of words that you hear and they elicit, hey, we just did this with the last caller. They just simply elicit an emotional response in you, and that's what you act off of. What ends up happening is that you make really, really bad decisions. So I would just, beg you. I don't know. I can't recall the word I wanted to use right there, but
Implore?
I definitely implore. Thank you. I would implore you, all right, to just read a fucking book. Y'all have a good night. I'm going to go see Juvenile.
Back that ass up.
Yeah,
Right.
sticking on for the 99 and the 2000.
Yeah.
All right, bye, y'all.
W's
Thanks for the
Erika.
love.
W's Erika. Thank
You
you.
know,
my friend.
it's young.
Matt, can I just hang on a minute? Can I just say something as well?
I've let you go many times.
I'm sorry.
Please
Hi.
return the favor
Hi.
just once.
Excuse me.
Don't be
Hi.
sorry.
Well, no, I'm not. I think you misunderstand. I'm British. We say sorry to mean excuse me or, may I speak. I'm not sorry for anything. If anything, you should be sorry. But I just want to point out, this country sends the equivalent of $20 billion in foreign aid every year, even though we have a significantly smaller economy than the US does. So the idea that all of the other countries are not sending anybody any aid is wild, because we send more than half of what you do, even though our economy is not half of your economy.
Whose fault is that? Is that our fault?
That's such a weird response.
Yes,
it is.
Then
Yes,
what are you
it
doing
is,
to
because
boost your economy?
again, you are the world's richest nation, and you're not pulling your weight.
And how did it become the world's richest nation?
What?
Well,
What? You were breaking, what did you say? How did you say? How did we become the world's richest nation, or why?
Yeah.
What?
Stealing resources from poorer countries.
Stealing resources.
Chattel slavery.
Chattel. I was going to say slavery is the biggest one. Yeah, we had slavery for we had slavery for 250 years, and then after that we had Jim Crow, which was like a form of slavery. So yeah, that's how we did it.
Are we not all slaves in America? Every citizen?
Excuse me?
Are we all not slaves in America? Every citizen?
Not like that. Not like that. Do not compare what happened to the folks that were here as actual fucking slaves to anything that is happening right now to our American citizens. No, do not.
What would happen to the people if they were left to their country? The people who were, caught and sold into slavery. People who sold them into slavery.
This is going to get
dude, I would not go down this road.
Come on, man.
Sir, I would not go down this road. You do not have the understanding, the historical background to have this conversation, sir.
And every civilization had enslaved people. People act as if America's the first, the only.
No one has ever said that America is the first or the only. That doesn't matter.
But that's the way it's portrayed.
No, it's not. You're just taking it that way because you want to be a fucking victim. Shut the fuck up.
You got fucking you have a
You why don't you shut the fuck up? Why don't you shut the fuck up? Yeah, I'm fucking angry because people like you are fucking absolutely fucking stupid and fucking entitled. That's why I'm fucking angry. You're fucking stupid and entitled. How about that? Yeah. Yeah, you figured it out.
I just want to point out, you're advocating for the exact things that then give you the opinion that people are still slaves, right? Because if you had functioning social programs, you wouldn't feel like you had to stay in a job to keep your health insurance. If you had functioning social programs, you wouldn't have to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to go to university. If you had functioning social programs, if you got fired from your job, you would still know that you had food that you could eat and clothes that you could put on and a roof over your head. The thing that your comment is so blind in comparison to your opinion. It's wild.
What's wild is that, the issues are brought up until Trump's president. Nobody's pissed off, everything is Trump's fault, and I just, that's kind of what bothers me. It's what gives you less ground to stand on, because nobody was up in arms about this shit like everybody is now.
About what
Trump.
shit? What shit was happening before Donald Trump that Donald Trump is doing right now? No one has ever done what Donald Trump is doing right now.
Damn straight. That's why he got voted.
You literally just proved yourself wrong.
How's that?
Oh my God.
I'll just point you back to what you just said. You just said that nobody was doing this shit before Trump, which, by the way, is BS. And then you just said, but he's doing things that people have never done before, and that's why we voted for him. So you literally answered your own question. You're right. Presidents be quiet. Presidents didn't routinely go against the Constitution before Donald Trump. You're right. That is correct. Presidents didn't routinely snatch people up off the streets without any need to do so. You're right.
How has Trump violated the Constitution, please?
He's violated the First Amendment, the Second Amendment, the Fourth Amendment, the Fifth Amendment, the Sixth Amendment, the 10th Amendment, the 14th Amendment. He's trying to violate the 22nd Amendment. Would you like the actual court cases now?
How has he violated the First Amendment?
Multiple federal judges have found that he's violated the First Amendment for a range of different issues.
Right, and you're saying
he's been found to have violated the First Amendment in federal court. The first case was right when he kicked out the Associated Press from the White House press pool because they printed Gulf of Mexico instead of Gulf of America. That was against freedom of press. He was found by a federal judge to have violated their freedom of press because he kicked them out of the press pool because they printed something that he didn't like. When you're president of the United States, you can't punish the press because they print something you don't like, sir.
Where does the press have a right to be in the White House?
Sir, they absolutely have a fucking right. What does the First Amendment to the Constitution guarantee, sir?
Free press.
There you go. And a federal judge said that they were allowed to be there. So whatever you have to say doesn't fucking matter. Whatever you have to say doesn't fucking matter. So I don't want to hear your argument as to why you don't like it. You're wrong. The federal judge was right. Because you don't have a fucking law degree and you're not a fucking judge.
The fucking Democratic federal judge.
Oh, really? Because he was a Reagan appointee, you fucking dolt.
So angry.
Yeah, you know why? Because all you have is your fucking stupid ass feelings, and then you try to rebut things because you don't like what I have to say, which are facts, and every single thing has to be wrong. Everything has to, oh, he was a Democrat. Oh, it can't be right. Oh, it can't be. Maybe it's just that Donald Trump is a big, fat piece of shit. And you voted for a big fat piece of shit because you're a big fat piece of shit who isn't fucking smart, and you just like that he's Donald Trump is my big fat white savior. And you know what I couldn't do? I couldn't vote for the intelligent black woman who actually had fucking ideas and fucking policies and fucking shit to say. God fucking damn it. I couldn't vote for that person. No! I didn't like the way that she laughed. Everything. Fucking everything. There's an excuse for everything. Oh, well, do they really have a right to be there? Oh, well, the judge must have been a Democrat. Oh, well, it really wasn't that big of a deal. Oh, well, they should have just printed Gulf of... Well, we live in America. They should have just done it. It's everything is a fucking excuse. If everything is a fucking excuse, if you are excusing every single thing that a politician does, you are in a fucking cult. You're in a cult.
Matt, I sometimes wish you would put some passion into the things you say. You're so monotone. And, you know, very occasionally I wish you would just be passionate. I'm just saying.
I'm sorry. I'll do my best.
If you could. Thanks.
My bad. Sorry.
Oh, Buzz is getting involved now.
Did I get Buzz worked up?
Buzz, did Matt get you worked up? Yes.
Yes. I feel like that was definitely a yes. I have a few more thank yous.
Whoa! Is that a transformer?
That's a level shit. That's really cool. Thank you, Laura Lee. Thank you, friend. That was very kind. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Once again, thank you to all of the gifters today. I sometimes it's hard to catch all the big ones as they go by. Sometimes I'm off screen. I just thank you guys very much. If I can't catch everything as they come, I just want you to know it's very much appreciated. I see you guys. I just thank you. And speaking of thank yous, because I can see all of them over here a lot easier. Just want to say thank you to Melvin, who's been a member for a month. Thank you, Melvin. Appreciate you. Says thanks for your help because of Arizona, Erika. I have a new clothing line. Can you help? Oh, your free palette? Absolutely. Guys, in my link tree, there's a link to Melvin's clothing store. It's MEG. You can find it right down there. Please go check it out. He's got some really cool stuff. He's got a new Free Palestine line of stuff coming out. Please go check it out. Melvin's a good guy and a very strong supporter of the live. Really appreciate him. Thank you to Experto180 for the $5 super chat. It says it's awfully painful to hear someone who doesn't know anything about their own country talking about foreign affairs. I applaud your tenacity. Thank you, friend. I think Erika and I both have that experience. So, thank you to Wesley Pillow. It says, I wish my internet connection was as smooth as this man's brain. This man is precisely 0 clues, 1 big mouth, and 2 brain cells. Facts. And thank you to Moose for the $10 New Zealand. Thank you, New Zealand friend. Says, does the caller realize that America already spends more in healthcare, 18% of your GDP, than any other country in the world, and still can't provide universal healthcare? Make it make sense. This is what I'm saying, Moose. And by the way, thank you also to Kathy for the turn-up jewels. That's cool. And Mighty Pen, thank you also. This is what I say this constantly. I mean, if you guys watch me frequently, you're probably tired of it. But I will go on and on and on about universal healthcare. It's one of my favorite subjects to talk about, and it's one of the things that gets me the most angry. And I tell Erika all the time, it's like that it makes me mad. Like when it almost to the point like when she says when I hear about my all of my friends, and Eric is not the only one. It's not just her, but
Yeah, I don't let him lie. I am his only friend.
Okay. Eric is my only friend. My other pretend
Correct.
friends that I have in other European countries that have universal health care, we'll just call them my pretend friends. But whenever I hear from any people like that or family members and I know the benefits that they get without having to pay exorbitant amounts of money, it makes me mad. And I bet it makes a lot of you guys mad too. Because fuck. Why?
It makes me mad on your behalf. Like, it genuinely does, because there is no good reason why the richest country in the world should not be providing its people with universal healthcare.
The one thing I'll say before we look to see if we got anyone else, maybe do one more guest here. People would argue that in modern history, aside from politics, right? I think Reagan is fucking awful, right? I think Reagan is fucking awful. But aside from policies and everything like that, I think a lot of people would argue that Nixon was the worst president behind Trump in the modern era because of what happened to him, getting caught with the Watergate stuff and being disgraced and having to resign office and different things like that because of that. But from a policy standpoint, and you guys are going to be like, what the fuck? He really was not that bad. And I'm not saying that I loved everything that Nixon did, but Nixon established the EPA, and you guys might not know this, but Nixon had a plan to potentially bring universal health care to the United States. Did you guys know that? Probably. Maybe some of you did. Maybe some of you didn't. Well, I do have absolutely one of the smartest groups of people, one of the smartest chats and groups of followers out there. So if a lot of you did know that, then cool. But if you didn't, he was. Listen, again, I'm not defending Nixon in terms of he was a great guy and I would vote. I'm just saying when you look at who these people were comparatively to now, this is why I've said multiple times. I was saying it the other day. I said it the other night. When we look at presidents, there's no president who compares to Donald Trump in the way that if you go back and you go to every president prior to Donald Trump, you can see the things that they did because they loved America, because they cared about America, and because there was a genuine sense of service and dedication. It doesn't mean that they didn't do things with self-interest in mind. It doesn't mean that they didn't do things with there were businesses or special interests. It doesn't mean that. I'm not saying that these people were I'm not saying any of that. They all of them had flaws and problems. That's not what I'm saying. But they all had their moments when they were doing something that was just for America, that they put the country, they absolutely put the country before themselves. I'm talking about modern history. It definitely is debatable once you get further back. I'm talking about my lifetime, modern history, the presidents that I've seen, right?
Hang on, you were alive for Nixon?
No, I wasn't alive for it. I guess. I mean, Nick. I was. I was.
I
When
know
I'm
what you
saying
mean.
the other night.
Like
No.
recent past.
But actually, what I meant was the other night when I was making that comparison, I was only talking about presidents that I had seen. But I'm including. I mean, I'm going back. I'm including. I would include Carter, Ford, Nixon. I mean, go back. You can go back with them, and you can say, look, they were doing things that they felt that at least they thought that they were doing things for the betterment of America. That's all. You know.
Well, the other thing with Nixon as well is at least he had the decency. I mean, it took a while, but at least he had the decency to stand down at the point where it became, that he couldn't deny it anymore. How many things can Donald Trump not deny? And he's just gone, I'll just carry on. Like, nah.
Yeah, just like, I. Yeah, it's just one of those. It's just one of those things.
I mean, I've watched all the President's Men. I know.
That's really all you need, quite frankly.
It's a great movie.
It is a great movie. Robert Redford.
Robert Redford was an absolute dish in his youth, wasn't he?
I mean, wasn't he when he got older too? I mean, holy cow.
That's true. That's true. Robert Redford. There's only a couple of men that when they got really quite old were still doable. And Robert Redford, I would go Robert Redford, Sean Connery. I might even go for a David Attenborough. Just for his birthday,
I love me some Sean Connery, man. What a God. Oh, love me some Sean Connery.
Oh yeah, Harrison Ford is a good one. He still would.
Hey, thank you to our friend Meg over in the Blue app. It says, keep preaching about universal health care. My partner lost his job and our health care. I'm sorry, friend. It says, I'm self-employed. We have prescriptions. My foot's currently in a boot. We're trying to deal with his loss of income at the same time, stressed as fuck about health care. Yeah, Meg, I had to deal with a similar situation not too long ago, and I really feel you. I just want to tell you that it really, the amount of stress that it's not good. And the amount of medical debt that contributes to bankruptcies in this country, all of it. I am so passionate about this. I'm so passionate about this becoming a reality one day, and it makes me so mad. It really, really does, because we deserve the baseline that every other developed nation in the world basically has. Like, it's just insane.
Well, not just every other developed nation, but many developing nations also have.
Yeah.
I just need to pick someone up in the comments super quick.
Okay,
Someone, when I was talking about old celebrities, said Jude Law. Jude Law is only 53. He's only 6 years older than me. Let's not call him old.
There are some really young people. Sometimes I forget that there's some really young people around here, and I forget that. Real quick, I did want to show you guys real quick this, because I think this is so important for everyone to see. This is what I wanted to show you earlier. This is from the South Carolina House, and they were talking about redistricting. Okay, and so allow me to show this to you guys. Okay. This gentleman, his name is Shane Massey. I can't turn it up anymore. I know that the audio is a little bit crummy. This is in my reposts if you want to go check it out. But once again, Shane Massey, and basically the gist is why don't they want redistricting? Oh, because it's probably going to encourage black people to vote. God forbid. Listen to what he has to say.
I also think that one of the side effects of this is, very candidly, you're going to motivate black turnout. And there will be repercussions for that. There will be down ballot repercussions that goes, if the U.S. House goes to a Democratic majority, it won't be because of South Carolina. That's because we're already heavily gerrymandered. We are the most gerrymandered Republican state in the country already, and we did that intentionally to be an impact.
Even admits it. Even is like, we're already the most gerrymandered state. Also, when I said earlier that we're already in an oligarchy, this is why.
I really do think the continued push by billionaires to develop AI data centers at the complete outrage and resistance from the locals that would be impacted by said data centers is an indication that we are past pretending that we live in a democracy. We are fully in a plutocracy. I've been following really closely what's happening in Box Elder County, Utah, where Canadian billionaire Kevin O'Leary is trying to build the world's largest data center, a $100 billion project, okay? This would be the largest data center in the world at over 40,000 acres, and at full capacity, the data center, which is called the Stratos project, is set to use 9 gigawatts of electricity. More than double the entire amount of electricity used by Utah as a whole. Robert Davies, a physics professor from Utah State University, says that he actually thinks the project will require an additional 7 to 8 gigawatts of waste heat energy, meaning that the project in total will be 23 gigawatts of total thermal load energy, which is the equivalent of dropping 23 atom bombs in Utah every single day. Also, let's do a little climate change perspective. Since the turn of the 20th century, it is estimated that Utah's overall temperature has increased by 2.5 degrees Fahrenheit, okay? Now, Davies estimates that this project would increase Utah's daily temperature by 5 degrees and Utah's night temperature by 28 degrees. Right now, 90% of Utah is in a drought. Do you know what happens when you take one of the driest states in the nation that is already having 53% of the lake bed of Salt Lake exposed, and you crank up the temperature even more? I feel like you can probably assume what happens. Now here's the decline of democracy part. Last week, Box Elder County officials held a meeting where they were going to vote on whether or not to approve this project, and hundreds of residents came to protest and to express their outrage. The commissioners did not allow public comment.
Only to be told.
In early basically what ended up happening was they shut the people out from the meeting. They went to a virtual meeting, and they were just like, "Yep, approved." And then, they just kind of claimed that it was all paid protesters and whatnot. They're like, "Yeah, nothing to see here, folks. Move along."
Matt, can you tell us the name of that creator? Quite a few
yes,
people in the comments were asking
God,
for that.
I always do. I apologize.
I really do
of
think
course,
the continued
absolutely.
push by
That is trying May best. Just like trying my best, but with May instead, MAY. So trying May best. This was a great video. I came across her earlier on my FYP, and I had heard a little bit about this, but she really nailed it and put all this together. And I was like, great. I thought it was a great job. I strongly encourage you guys to go and watch it for yourselves.
By the way, that won't just affect the residents of Utah, it will also affect the residents of surrounding states.
Absolutely.
Because that additional heat is not going to stop at the Utah borders and go, well, we better not go into the other states because people will be annoyed. It will affect Utah and surrounding states.
It's really bad. Real quick before I forget, because I don't want to miss it. Thank you to Manavan. Thank you on the PP. Looks like all the way from Australia. Thank you, friend. Really appreciate that. That was really kind of you. So thank you very much for sending that over. No message, but thank you for sending that in. Really appreciate you guys again. It is honestly, it's crazy. It is crazy to me how they're doing, because I can only see those county commissioners like that, like those people have got to be they've got to be ripping mad, because I know that if I lived there, I would be that there have got to be people organizing right now to get rid of every single person on that commission, because God only knows what they got paid. Holy shit, those people got paid off. Real quick, it continue you guys being so generous. Thank you to 6M Gross. Says you want stupid. I got a dip in the chat that can't give you one was a dictator. Can't give you one was a dictator can get into power with a computer in front of them. Thank you, Six. And Melvin, thank you again, Melvin. Really, too kind, my friend. It says, Matt, I know you don't like anecdotes, but your passion for healthcare is how I feel about education, how it's being dismantled daily, and for what my kids shouldn't go hungry, friends shouldn't lose their jobs. Melvin, that's not anecdotal. That's just what's happening. That's not anecdotal. It's being dismantled. That's exactly what's happening, friend. So, no. We have actual facts that's what's going on. So, yeah, I understand that you're seeing it and you're saying, oh, if I'm seeing it and I'm telling you a story about it, it's anecdotal. Sure, but we have actual facts and statistics to back up that that's really what's happening. So, you're of course. Thank you very much.
Can I just
yes
make a request that people stop tagging me with aged heartthrobs now, because what's happening is people are saying, what about this person? And when it's random and we're not talking about it, you're making me think that person died. So then I have to go off and Google whether they're still alive or not. So somebody just messaged me, what about Ian McShane? And I was going to respond, has he died? Went to look and he hasn't. But I'm assuming that was the aged heartthrobs conversation from earlier. Please stop making me feel a little bit ill that lots of people have died. Thank you.
Erika, my cousin Tom sent me this picture.
Right. Thanks, Tom.
It's okay.
I don't know what it is.
It's just something that you stole from us. Can we get it back?
Oh, yeah, sure. Is it in the British Museum?
Yes.
Of course it is.
Of course it is. It's a Phoenician tomb.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thanks, Erika.
I was like, why is he sending me a picture of a concrete pipe? Like, why is he showing me that? I don't, what is this? I have no clue. Listen, again, there is a place here that looks very much like Egypt, which is very close to a place that looks very much like Persia, which is next to a place that looks very much like Assyria, because they're all in the British fucking Museum.
From the placard, the Greek word Phoenicians described the people living on the Syro-Lebanese coast who were known locally as Canaanites. Their most important cities were Arwad, Byblos, Sidon, and Tyre. They spoke a Semitic language and used a 22-letter alphabet, which inspired the development of other alphabetic writing systems in neighboring regions. From about 1200 BC onward, the Phoenicians' maritime and land trade routes played an important role in connecting communities through the Mediterranean. They traded hardwoods and products such as purple dye fabrics, bronze objects, carved ivory, and glassware, and acquired mineral resources from regions as distant as Sardinia. Their colonies and extensive trade networks disseminated Phoenician luxury objects across the Mediterranean. Phoenician objects have also been found in Assyrian palaces, where they may have been received as tribute payments or transported as booty after the Assyrian Empire expanded in the region.
I find it very incongruous that the British Museum is using the word booty. But yeah, who's twerking? But this is what I want to say. Ironically, I think maybe the only country's history that is not represented very much in the British Museum is Britain's.
I mean, to be fair, it's kind of like a history of all the shit that you guys stole.
Oh yeah, history of colonialism. Sure.
It kind of makes sense that way if you think about it like that. Guys, I'm gonna wrap up. I've got to go to work. That being said,
Hang on. I need to say something. Matt, can you not let the Victorian child die?
I did. I made sure.
I know it won't die. I had to restore yesterday. I had to resurrect the Victorian child because you were neglectful yesterday of our Victorian child that we had to have together. So please,
Okay.
I only remembered because I just had a thing pop up on my screen.
Okay. I need you guys to do me a big favor, please. We're gonna go to Mr. Wheels. Okay. We're gonna raid Mr. Wheels, and I'm probably gonna pop up for a couple of minutes over there. Okay. So I just put his down in the chat. You guys probably know Mr. Wheels. I've had him up before, and I've been up on his, but he's a great guy, and I really want to go. I really want to go show him love. So let's go, please. I really want to see all of you guys in there. Give him support. Drop him follows. Give him the heart me's. Do all the good things because Ryan is a great dude and absolutely deserves it. Okay, Mr. Wheels 76. Let's go. I love you guys. Thank you so much. There's a great chance, by the way, that I will see you tomorrow night. So keep an eye out. Hope everyone has a good Saturday evening. Erika, thank you for hanging out, friend.
Thank you.